the guide rod mounts on a w126 Mercedes. It's a 300 SD. It's a 1984. As you can see, it's completely worn out. Basically like a ball. Bushing is just deteriorated. Here's what a new one looks like. So if you have a problem where you're hitting the brakes and it kind of stops, that's because this thing is playing back. Step to getting it down, you're going to take this cross beam bar down. This is 17, 17, and 17. You're also going to, I loosen these. This is 17 with an 8 hex in the back. And then you're going to need to do this, 19. This whole thing right here should come down. Okay, so we got it down. It was the whole cross member you had to remove, so both are worn out. So when I was hitting the brakes, I was hearing that. So we're going to just pull this down. Those things kind of look like this. And there's a tab right here that you want to make sure, you know, stays in put. We got this, you know, marked or count the threads. What you need to do is take 13 on each side and loosen this, and then we're going to twist this out. Count the threads over. I took a picture of it. It's just taking a 19 and just twisting it out. Got it in the vise now. As I said, this 8mm hex, and then there was a 17 on this side with a nut, a washer, and a nut. So the corner ones were that one. That matters, as you can see. And there's a rubber. It is, we positioned it in here like this, and then we just nailed it. And that's a long time, maybe 34 years. And this plate, there's a rubber piece in there holding it in. There's the new one, and that's sticking out actually. So we're gonna get this out with a screwdriver. It needs to be cleaned out if it's gonna fit in there. So pressure wash that. We pressure washed this. As some grease there on my finger, and I just lubed it all around there and around here, so it'll slide in better. And now we're going to try to get this in here. Might have to use the vise. We also put a hose clamp on here, tightened it up as much as it could, and then just hammered lightly all around it. So we're taking the vise and just tightening it up, and it's just sliding in there. And we tighten it, and then we're going to flip it around and tighten the other side. Just go little by little. So we pretty much got it in there. Now we take the cover piece and we stick that little rubber nipple in there, and it kind of flattens out as it goes on. You first, and you know which sides are the long ones because they go all the way through, and then you just tighten it down and it should settle into place. I actually started with the big ones and put that on and pressed it down with my hand and got the other side, and I'm just tightening them little, this a little bit, that side a little bit, this side a little bit, that side a little bit, so it goes on there square and flat. Okay, so we got it in, we got everything tight, and we know the threads. It was well, I'm gonna look and see on the old one where it stopped, and so that spring made this move back this way, making it hard to screw the piece on. Not enough clearance here. So what we did is we got a ratchet strap and we hooked it right here down to there. This now has clearance to screw in, and I'm just going to twist this thing around. Okay, so it is reverse thread, and you have to, as you're turning this, you might have to get the clearance, you might have to just wiggle and pull it down. So it looks like I got it just about lined up where it should be, and kind of wiggle it around till you get it. It'll pivot in here. You know, that's what it's made to do. And then release the ratchet strap a little bit so you get the right pieces. Throw those up in there. Make sure we don't strip nothing, and we should be good. Tighten everything up. Okay, that's it. So tighten everything back up. This cross member, there's 6, 17. This is 19 here, 19 there. Make sure these go in. You know, wiggle this around. Line this up before you put these in. Tighten this up. It's 13. Make sure all these are tight. These are 8 on the back, 8mm hex, and these are